until the arrival of President Buhari to the presidency, no much movement was made to acknowledge June 12th for what it was. And that it was coming 25 years later, and that action being taken by President Buhari was unexpected, pleasant shock, and I think there was relief that there was some level of closure to this festering wound in our democratic process and in our national psyche.
Were you not worried or had second thought because there had been many presidents before you that didn't do what you did? Did it not bother you?
This man was accepted, as I said, by the whole country. He went all over the country. He was understood by Nigerians. He was accepted, and he was elected. He picked another Muslim like him. Nobody talked about religion. Nobody talked about ethnicity. And I think we missed an opportunity there of really doing away with religious and ethnic politics in Nigeria.
May I now invite a member of the family of Chief Gani Fayomi, who will be decorated this morning with the award of GCON, Mrs. Ganiat Bukola Fayomi.
I think I nearly misbehaved on that day because out of exhilarating passion, my mom was there with us, so I said, well, this award, you are the woman meant to go and collect it because you have been to all the 49 detention centers and the 15 prisons which this man has been held while in his lifetime. She said, I'm the first one. I said, yes, I know, but people prefer to see you there because they know most of the pictures we see. Once Chief is released, she's there.
I must congratulate President Muhammad Buhari for this gesture. You are the first sensitive and reasonable head of state we have had in this country. You are the first head of state that has listened to his people, and you have acted accordingly. June 12 is the foundation of democracy in this country. The recognition of Chief MKO Abiola as president-elect in this country, not as a presumed winner. He was the winner. I thank God that I'm seeing today.
The fact that he was awarded that posthumously indicates recognition of June 12th. And normally, the vice president is conferred the national honor of the Grand Commander of the Order of Niger, which was conferred on me. That also is a symbolic recognition of the fact that the ticket prevailed.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I now have the singular honor and privilege of inviting MKO Abiola to please come forward to receive the posthumous award of his dad.
The first thing I wanted to do was introduce myself as MKO, to express the fact that I believe he was in the room that day.
Your Excellency, I present Basharun Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola for the conferment of the posthumous award of the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, GCFR.
Personally, I knew late Abiola and Babagana Kingibe. The way he used his resources and energy to be accepted by the whole country, I think is really commendable. And the question of partisan politics in Nigeria involving religion and ethnicity would have gone. Look at what he did. He went as far as Maiduguri to pick a Muslim. He was a Muslim. Babagana Kingibe is a Muslim from the north. But nobody talked about religion or that he was Yoruba and Babagana is Kanuri. People took them as Nigerian. I think that was the biggest success of Abiola, which made an impression in me that when I have the opportunity, I want to make sure that his name has been put in gold right away.
Our decision to recognize and honor June 12 and its actors is in the national interest. It is aimed at settling national healing process and the reconciliation of the 25-year history wound caused by the annulment of the June 12 elections. I earnestly invite all Nigerians across all our national divide to accept it in good faith.
President Buhari and Chief Abiola were very unlikely pair for President Buhari to be magnanimous in acknowledging his victory. It was said that indeed Chief Abiola was a key financier of the military push, which removed President Buhari when he was military head of state at the time. Generally, it's normal human nature not to be forgiving. But it said a lot of President Buhari that he had the magnanimity, the objectivity, the patriotism, and the commitment to democracy, that such personal details didn't stop him from doing the right thing.
Who would have ever believed, given the relationship that you had with Chief MKO Abiola, that you would be the instrument God would use to honor this man and to bring reconciliation and healing to the country? You apologized to my family, and it touched my heart. You know that I lost also my mother in this struggle, so that apology meant so much. Let me use this opportunity on behalf of Chief MKO Abiola, because I know what he would have done. Let me use this opportunity to apologize to you, to apologize to your family for anything that he might have done to harm you and to harm your family.
I have to say,
Just 6 days after my first out-of-body experience, I had yet another out-of-body experience, and I felt that my parents came to look and to see. I felt like I was representing them at that moment in that space. And I tried to communicate to the president, to the government, to the people, the immense privilege that our family had had to play the role that we played.
June 12th is the sort of gold standard, really, for Nigerian elections, which we should try and match up to as we move on from democratic elections to democratic elections. June 12th also set our gold standard in terms of how the nation should be, how the nation was united behind a vision rather than behind the multifarious fault lines, whether religion or tribe or region or whatever. It was really a nationally created event. Chief Abiola was a symbol. We were more or less the torch bearers, but really June 12th was the creation of the Nigerian people. On that day, I think they showed that all the cleavages which politicians normally exploit for electoral value, they were absent.
The significance of what we are doing today is that the president has had the courage to do what others failed to do. Secondly, he has shown tremendous courage in recognizing Abiola as the president of this country.
I am more than happy. I am more than happy, because at least people who said we worked for nothing, now I understand. Even if it's politics, it's good that we have got it now.
When we state in our anthem that the labors of Europeans shall never be in vain, this is a typical example of a Nigeria that has demonstrated that.
At long last, victory has been granted to the person who won an election. That all the pretense we have had over the years have been brought to an end.
Yes, the governor of Lagos State have declared June 12th a work-free day in this country in recognition of this. That's monumental sacrifice. So it was not new to me. It touched my heart, and it shook every aspect of me. Brought some memories back. And I was full of joy that at least I was part of a struggle to actualize that date and to immortalize the date.
And so, the ills of a quarter of a century were mended by the most unlikely president. The wounds that had festered for 2.5 decades started a healing process in the young Nigerian nation. Now, the future beckons.
The democracy is still evolving, and we are consolidating. Sometimes, like in a football tournament, you want your team to quickly score, forgetting that the others two are 11 players. Somebody's running, you think he's not running fast enough. So we are evolving. Every other country passed through the stages we have followed. The only thing they say that you are no longer discovering the wheel, so you should move faster than those who started it. But there's no country that just woke up and get to where they are. Even the big countries we are reading about, they have their own history. They have their low periods, they have their high periods.
I would say so far so good. You know, developing nation is a continuous process. There are some successes, there are some lapses here and there. But as we go on, I hope the younger generation will better the society and better the political system that is growing in the country.
I think in Nigeria we should congratulate ourselves. We are bigger. We have about 250 cultures, each one thinking superior to the other. Yet, we are consolidating very seriously the values of multi-party democratic system. The elite should work very hard to educate people on the values of democracy, that is respect for the weak and the strong.